It's McKenna Law Firm, Administration Office at McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-6019. The authorization or personalizing a policy, regulation, services, bringing all service to implemented. Download McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-6019. Authorization of COVID-19 authorization. The authorization of policy, regulation, and service from steel chainsaw. Most powerful chainsaw on the planet. It's a COVID-19 policy regulation. Purchases and transactions from a credit card. And this is the most powerful chainsaw on the market. This one is a blower and a mulcher at the same time. Has two intake surfaces. Has two catalytic converter. It's a most powerful chainsaw on the market. It's a Barela, Barela Felix. That's a 200 style, most powerful chainsaw on the market with the carbureted adjuster. Adjuster comes in with a implanted, nozzle-rated, accelerated oxygen intake. Carbon dioxide to oxygen intake mouthful. Carries a primer switch for cold start. Has a throttle control switch. This most powerful chainsaw and blower on the planet, and it's imported from Virginia Beach, Germany parts, and also USA made. It's policy, regulation, and service, and the most powerful blower on the market and chainsaw on the market. Most powerful chainsaw and steel saw on the market. As you can see, policy, regulation, and service has harness straps. Has a good up emission with tubing to speed the process on the velocity of the speed of the intake of a blower. Now the damages they did at the McKenna Law Firm here in Moses Lake, Washington at 509-765-4451, 509-765-6019, and McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-6019. Authorizations and policy regulations here, President Department of Election. Carrying a major manifesto record of damages. Of course, we got Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump and Mr. John Luke McKinnon. We got grandma, immediate mother, biological mother, and mother and siblings, administration office, and the McKenna Law Firm. We got Donald Trump, July 13, 2024, July assassination. And also the YouTube URL information, McKenna Law Firm, PS Corpus in Kennewick, and also the Grand County Courthouse. That's Norma Rodriguez, Eric Eisinger, Rand Lutzkin, the mayor of Richland, and the judge of Benn County Justice Department in Kennewick, Washington, at 7122 West Okanagan Place. 509-735-2591, fax 509-736-3066. So we retrieve all this information. Mr. John Luke McKinnon, of course. Missing grandma, immediate grandma, and biological mother, serving policy, regulations, services. Submitting the emails and confirmation verification of Donald J. Trump, and also the first name, last name of the birth certificate, and also services and policy regulation. McKenna Law Firm at 519-765-4451, 519-765-6019. Warranties for Toro, Brigador, and Microsoft Company, 1835 73rd Avenue. We get that Intel information. Mr. Bill Gates, William H. Gates, founder of Microsoft, and also the owner of Apple. And also that Apple, and also the service that they have for the Microsoft company, that service has been paid $9,000 in taxes by Felix Barela, proving all the effective damages and restitution, how they broke into a window, broke in here and did damages, and we're going to record the information in a fax machine, copy machine that's replaced, and URL information. McKenna Law Firm, Washington Bar Association, 13294, 519-765-4451, 519-765-6019.
Hey, Philo would like to remind you the TV should be easy. Like one home for the best.
Got this video. Donald Trump is assassination plot July 13th. We have the video of here in the McKinnon office with the funeral. And Rhonda Kaiser, 831 Pioneer, J. Mueller's funeral, 1401 South Union, Kennewick, Washington, and also the McKinnon law firm, John Lee McKinnon. Now the window got broke into, and the Service Administration on President Primary Election, 45th, 47th, 46th, 45th, 46th, 47th President of the United States, nominees and appointees of the Republican National Committee, its Policy Regulation and Service Administration Office, carrying authorization of Donald J. Trump, Executive Order and Policy Regulation, and Freedom and Policy Regulations. We have Ivanka Trump at the Brokendale in Richland, George Washington Way, in Richland, Washington. Ryan Lutzkin, Norman Rodriguez, Eric I. Singer, and also Annie Miller, and Daniel Garth, the prosecutor of Grant County Courthouse. Grant County Courthouse, the Policy Regulation as Service, submitting all the information to Ken Law Firm at 7040 Solid, Moses Lake, Washington, 509-765-4451, 509-765-6019. Policy Regulation, COVID authorizations of the Freedom Policy Regulation, Father Dylan, Father Tom, Father Richard, Father Cepeda, Mr. Ramirez, and also the death certificate of Ivana Trump, Mariana Trump Berry Trump, and also Melania's biological mother, Candace Amira. Now, CIMARON5INC, 1400 Main Street, UBI number 602-720-979. The processing information, McKenna Law Firm, death certificate, policy regulation, lawsuit. It's called Exxon Mobil gas station. We had to drive Mr. Andy Miller to Exxon Mobil on Columbus Center Boulevard, and there's a deceased body inside the vehicle, so we have to walk all the way to Andy Miller's office and make sure he was driven back by a commissioner's vehicle. Now, Donald Trump was transported by a commissioner's vehicle, same vehicle as Mr. Andy Miller, while state prosecutor. Norman J. Mattis, Mr. Mark Miley, Mr. Lloyd Austin, Mr. Brown Jr., United States Air Force, and all 9 Supreme Justice Departments. We got Amy Coney, Soda Mayor, and we also got Mr. John Ginsburg, Mr. John H., and also we have Mr. Samuel Alarita, and we also have Thomas Clarence, and also we have the Administration Office of the Service and Administration of the Supreme Justice Departments at 1st Street Northeast, Washington, D.C., Northeast, zip code 20543, 202-479, which is the Washington, D.C. prefix code for Heritage Reporters Corporation of Appeal Processing Legal Society of Deceased and Policy Regulation and Include Records and Ownership of McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-451. CIMARON5, Ivanka, Tiffany Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, of course, Melania Trump, and Ivana Trump, and Mariana Trump Berry. It's the Supreme Justice Department, affidavit of policy regulation and their services as a federal judge. The regulation of services and the service of doing this and McKenna Law Firm in the front lawn with all the supplies and service paid for, bringing that Service Administration Office and policy regulations to download that information, submit it back on, and bringing that to the Incubus Society of Catholic Services and also the Incubus Society of downloading and submitting information to the Red Line, picking up Donald Trump for the second time, because July 13th, assassination plot. And also the golf course, the Columbia Center Boulevard, called Columbia Point, the Yacht Club, Richland, the Federal Courthouse, Ryan Lutzkin, Norman Rodriguez, and Eric I. Singer. Now, the policy regulation of this service is bringing that administration officer retroactive to Washington by Bill Gates, 1835 73rd Avenue, property estates and front lines of policy regulation in the society, bringing in testimony. In this testimony, bringing the various services of the video confirmation verification disclosure service from Wash Bar Station 13294. Bringing testimony in Service Administration Office from day one.
trick to instantly reduce your winter energy bills by 85%. This veteran just discovered how to heat home.
Now, we'll bring all the video back to normal and recover this information from McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451. 509-765-6019. Washington Bar Association 13294. Confirmation verification of Ivana Trump. Biological mother of Ivanka Trump. Biological mother for Eric Trump. Biological mother for Donald Trump Jr. And also the biological father, McKenna Law Firm, Carla McKinnon, Virginia McKinnon, and also the policy regulation of John Luke McKinnon. Now, Father Tom, Father Dylan, Father Richard, and Father Tom, Father Richard, Father Dylan, and Father Cepeda was revealed his Tri-City Herald, Wall Street, and Basin Herald increments to the society, bringing the information to an accurate T to the rest of the location of Donald J. Trump, Mr. Biden, First President George Bush Sr., and his executive order, Mr. Joe Biden, and also the Tri-City Herald and Base Herald and Wall Street Journal. That's residents in Manhattan, in New York, Manhattan, residency in the Twin Towers of Donald Trump's administration office, residency and services and policy regulations of confirmation verification from the Social Security office. We have Ivanka Trump, Social Security office on YouTube URL. McKenna Law Firm is 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-1619. Expanding the services over at the GTA Services Mechanic Warehouse, building a administration office, gigantic American, North America trading zone, foreign trading, this is North American foreign trading zone building, and McDonald's, and of course Pizza Hut in Othello, Washington, CIMARON5INC, Sunset Acres, Sunny Farms at 1400 East Main Street, CIMARON5, Amir Singh Nijjar, UBI number 602-720-979, Department of Motor Vehicles, License Department, Teresa Bringston, and also their new updated services, License Department replacements from Teresa Bringston, Governor Jay Inslee, and also the Policy Regulation and Service Administration Office, carrying the Executive Order and Policy Regulation Administration Office. Now the Administration Office downloading, submitting information. Caskets, urns, double depth liners, caskets, urns, double up liners, mahogany, wood. Put it on display on Court Street, J. Mueller's Greenleaf Memorial on Court Street, Nebraska, Washington. Tri-City Herald, 14 West South Union, Chapel Falls, Mr. Jim Dirty. We got the business card with the Tri-City Herald. We got the Tri-City Herald, and we got the J. Mueller's Premium, the cremation, the jet engine, and Robert Kaiser's jet engine had to be transported and go to a funeral home in Pasco for Ivana Trump, Mariana Trump, and Melania Trump's biological mother. So we got the sod, the video of the remains and services in the Broken Dell here in Richland, Washington, Broken Dell here in Moses Lake, right across the street, bringing the Testimony and Service Administration Office to uproll sophisticated download, submitting information, confirmation, verification, doing all the locations of the plots, the headstones, the urns, the caskets, the crematory, the first person, the last name, the identity, the first name, the last name, Donald Trump himself, his driver's license, Mr. McKenna Law First, Mr. John Luke McKenna, his driver's license himself, his location, the DMV, license plate, VIN number, policy regulation, downloading, submitting information, and policy regulation and services, accurate to the T. And the Administration Office is bringing that sanctuary, the service of affidavits here in McKenna Law Firm at 7040 South 509-765-4451, 509-765-6019. Remains and policy regulations and services. and the regulation of services in the backload. This information carrying this executive order and policy regulation of service, bringing the most upright and accurate information to the T. Now that backlog information carrying that executive order, verification, policy, regulation, and services, 45th. I think the Queen of London. Now the Queen of London comes in the Policy, Regulation, and Service Administration Office. The UBI number 602-720-979. Purchases and transactions and policy, regulations, and authorizations. So we'll make it short and sweet.
This is Mr. McKinnon, Law Firm Administration of COVID-19 Policy Regulation Services. You can see the Services Administration Office, COVID-19 Policy Regulations, the McKinnon Law Office Administration Office carrying COVID-19 Policy Regulations.
So we got John Luke McKinnon. His policy, regulations,
The
service.
McKinnon Law Firm has this COVID-19 Policy Regulation Service Administration Office.
Making a video confirmation, Microsoft 1835 73rd Avenue.
Most Lake Washington has this COVID-19 Policy Regulation and Service at McKinnon Law Firm at 704 East Hollis, Mosley, Washington, 93857. Carrying this COVID-19 to a serious service claim, COVID-19 Policy Regulation and Service Administration Office. Mr. Eric D. Olson, designated broker, has this, and Othello, Washington has this Income Society.
I want to interrupt the video.
Windows. Now, the window installation, breaking laptop, the phone, service applying the COVID-19, and then administrating rights and their service of policy, regulation, and services. Policy, regulation, services, breaking a window at McKinnon Law Firm has a lot of installments. Breaking Mr. Andy Miller's office window, breaking and entering service, taking files, taking documents, stealing Mrs. McKinnon's purse, taking her vital records, her driver's license, her tablets, her phones, her computers, her laptop, her information, and then going over to Office Max in Kennewick, Washington, and going to Best Buy just to replace a window, Microsoft window, that's been paid for. A PNY, Window 10, Window 11, and the HP service touchscreen, which is the McKinnon Law Firm. And carrying the direct deposits from Giza Credit Union and Greasy County Union, and also the service applying the service of the checks, the checkbooks, have been taken from McKinnon Law Firm. Now, Mr. McKinnon, Administration Office at Mosley, Washington, around the Kaiser's Phenom, here at around Kaiser's Phenom, 831 Pioneer Way, which is McKinnon Law Firm right up here at the 704 East Olive. We have a Pizza Hut delivery lady. We got her on YouTube. We have this YouTube service, the DVR4 for Chromebook and HP and all video recognition, voice recognition. Mr. McKinnon Law Firm and Mr. McKinnon being recorded at the Grant County Courthouse, and also the Ben Franklin, which is the Ben County Justice Department, Mr. Andy Milwell State Prosecutor, Mr. Norman J. Mathers, the Red Lion, the Social Security office, and Teresa Salo from 8131 Climate Appeals Office at Kennewick, Washington, off Grand Ridge. And that is the COVID-19 policy regulation, first name, last name, and Donald Trump's wife, and Avak's mother, and Tiffany's mother. You know, Tiffany's the associate service of parties, separate identities. But Avak and Tiffany and Donald Trump and the Social Security office has this, you know, the scrutiny and service of breaking a window. And Avak is inside the Social Security office, sitting down with her mask on. Known for the fact the window was broken. Now Tiffany and Avak are witnesses in testimony. And we got this dead carcass body, caskets and urn, Mr. Jim Dirting, Mr. Andy Miller, Mr. Benton County Coroner's Office, and also Jay Mueller and Amy Mueller, Mueller Administration Office, the DHCPS Office, and Moses Lake, Washington has a office center and a service center. And Schwab Law Firm and Pioneer Way has this affidavit and information center where we have to place this window.
Oil company called
Now, Windows 10,
ExxonMobil.
Windows 11's
So we had to
$100.
transport
$40 is sold
Andy Miller from
for your
ExxonMobil on
PNY
Clemson Boulevard because there was a
and
dead
also
body
your DVR4.
at the gas station.
Now,
So
that's a lot of
we had to
files
drive him
and
back to the
systems
commissioner's vehicle,
that-
along with Donald J. Trump, to the red line because we had court dates upon court dates. Murder in Othello, Washington. 2 murders in Othello, Washington. Murder in Kennewick, a murder in Richland, and also, of course, we got Melania, Trump's mother, Ivanka Trump, Marianne Trump, Barry Trump, and of course, we got this service, all Dallas Minden Information Center. Going to Social Security office at 8131 Climate Cincinnati on Grand with Avak. The federal courthouse, Ryan Lutzkin, Norman Rodriguez, Eric I. Singer, Norman Rodriguez, Ryan Lutzkin, the mayor of Richland, the Kennewick City Hall, the Kennewick Post Office, the Richland Federal Courthouse, the Richland Federal Courthouse, 831 Jadwin, Kennedy's Building,
of a live birth certificate
at the Federal Courthouse in Richland, Washington, 99352. 99352, Richland, Washington. Patty Murray, Mrs. Cantwell.
birth certificate, live birth certificate.
Judith
and first name is
Warnick
Felix,
and
last name
Mr.
Barela,
Tom
October
Dent.
21st, 1972. McKen Law Firm. The window is
That's
on the works.
Steve Hobbs and Kim Wayman, Secretary of State.
October 21st, 1972.
Secretary of State, 801 Capitol Way, SOS, P.O. Box 40234, Olympia, Washington, 98504. Kim Wayman, Steve Hobbs.
Zip code is 993.
And Department of License Plate.
Where we got the state of Washington birth certificate and health certificate in service of father's name is M. Juan Barela, Verda V. Hernandez. Mother's name prior marriage. Mother's place of birth, Nebraska. Father's name, Juan Barela. Father's place of birth, Texas. October 21st, 1972, 10:41 a.m. Place of birth, Richland, Washington, Kennewick, Washington. Mr. Norman J. Mattis, Mr. Andy Miller, Washington State Prosecutor, Mr. McKinnon, Roberta, and Mr. Bill Gates, 1831 Medina, Washington, which is Bill Gates and services applying to COVID-19. The first immediate mother and father, and the service center at Knolt, and that's Kennewick, Washington, which is Knolt, Benton County Justice Department, and also the State of Washington Department of Health Services. This is in Juan Barela, Texas, and the service is Cadillac Hospital, the Tri-City Herald, carrying the birth and last name and ownership of the service of this birth certificate, carrying the August 10th, 2022. State file numbers 146-1972-034775. First, Felix. Last is Barela, B-A-R-E-L-A. Boy, Adam, Roger, Echo. Felix. Foxtrot, Echo. Low, Ion, X-ray.
So this is the Grant County Courthouse and the Bend County Courthouse with the birth certificate.
10:41 a.m.
You're doing an expediting fee of $35, a CDL recombinant endorsement, $35, upgrades, $35, driver's license enhancement for passports for countries, different continents, military processing fees and services, $35. Which the CDL requirements attached to your enhancement license for your services of transporting or moving to a locating or to a different country, a different continent with enhancement license.
The window and the damage is service applying to COVID-19. Mr. McKinnon, John McKinnon.
All your tax forms, your audits, services, Grant County Courthouse, 35 C Street, Northwest, Freighter Watch 98823, and also Bend County Justice Park 7112 Okanagan Place, Kenneth Washington, 509-7122 West Okanagan Place, Building A, Kenneth Washington, 509-765-735-3591 phone, fax 509-736-3066. That's Kim Wayman, Steve Hobbs, 801 Capital Way, SOS Wild Gulf Courts. The business license requirements and upgrades.
The service, the policy, regulations, the recorded information, also the laptop and was broken in the backyard at McKenna Law Firm, and also the phone was stolen from McKenna Law Firm, and the window broken in. Entryway, they opened the latch inside and walked in, and there's a bunch of credit cards, a purse, first name, last name, certificate, files missing, cash, guns, rifles, and semi-automatic weapons missing, a safe, the couch, the refrigerator, and also the service applying to COVID-19. They walked back and tried to change the locks and move things around and process information and litigate and come to Grant County, Bend County, and the federal courthouse in Richland, Washington, and Grant County Courthouse on C Street, and also Mr. McKinnon Law Firm, CIMARON5 UBI number, Mr. Schultz Tower Wallace 33509, confirmation and signature. Stephen A. Sackman, 06, his Washington Bar Association, 00618, Attorney's Office, P.O. Box 49455 East Hemlock, Washington, 509-488-5636. And this is Amir Singh and Ajmer, CIMARON5INC, Banquet Pire Restaurant, and UBI number 602-720-979. The service they have on the defendant in the court in the first further in a 14 days notice, and the defendant have a lawsuit amended on lawsuit on damages and affidavit defenses and counterclaims will be avoided. And in turn, the service administration of the federal courthouse, the birth certificate of ownership, Mr. McKinnon, Canolt, McKinnon, Flynn, Palmer, Flynn, Mermerman, and the Social Security Office, and also the Pentagon arrangement, J. Muller's funeral home, and Avok's mother, immediate mother, and Donald Trump's wife, and Mr. Bill Gates and Bill Gates' wife, and the birth certificate. Service Center, Mr. J. Mueller and Coroner's Office, and Bend County Justice, Mr. McKinnon. Mr. Eric D. Olson, NBC right now, Stephanie Ashley, News Director, 509-737-6745, and that's 33112 West Kenoka Avenue. NBC right now at KNDU. Mr. Steve Sackman, 0061, Attorney Defendant, P.O. Box 409-45 East Hemlock. His staircase, his service, his jacuzzi, his sauna, his RV Broadmoor service, his vehicles, and also the $1 million and the $5 million for the service applying the COVID-19 policy regulations on January of the writing. Mr. McKinnon Law Firm, Schultz Tower Wallace, Kenneth W. Chadwick, Washington Bar Association, 33509, attorney. This is filled and filed at the federal courthouse, higher court, Mr. Supreme Justice Department, filed here at McKinnon Law Firm, Ronald Reagan, Mrs. Ronald Reagan, and the headstones and fence line Service for the affidavit and service of the identity. Felix Barela, CIMARON5INC. Stephanie Ashley, NBC News Director. 3312. Mr. McKinnon Law Firm, John Lee McKinnon. Canole, Flint Palm Memberman, and on Mr. Washington Bar Association Appeals Office, and that's Teresa Sailor, Administrative Assistant at 812 West Klamath Court, 8 Building 6, Suite 8, 509-734-7285. Attorney General of Washington, Bob Ferguson. Now the certificate is alive. State seal is 146-1972-034775. This brand new laptop in Mr. Kenneth W. Chadwick at 56 C Street, Northwest P.O. Box 876, Afraid of Washington, 980 George Washington House. And now the George Washington affidavit and personal property and service. I got the seals and ownerships, the sealed documents and service. Adams County Tax Screening, Adams County. Kim Wayman and Steve Hobbs are both in power, and Mr. Steve Hobbs and Empower, and Mr. Kim Wayman in power of Secretary SOS WAGOV 801 Capitol Way, Secretary of State of Washington, Assessor, Treasury, Appraisal, and Maps Shifters and Services for the 5-year tax hike, and also Amir Singh Nahir, and also the address 1400 East Main Street, Bell, Washington. Receipt of payment, $265. Steve Sackman, Mr. Kenneth W. Chadwick, Attorney Administration, and Mrs. Steve Sackman, and also the 2065 check from U.S. Bank. Now the files and service have been taken, and the credit cards and service and the check books from Hapo and also Giza have been taken and read, and there's over amounts of services for Steve A. Sackman, his bar association 00618. Now, United States Regional Protection Captive Powers Environmental Department of Power of the Army. United States Army, Mr. Mark Miley Andrew, General of the Army. P.O. Box 3755, Seattle, Washington.
Mr. Lloyd Austin, Mr. Mark Miley. It's a confirmation verification FedEx, UPS, FedEx confirmation secret verification at a Social Security office at Benton County Justice Department, Grant County Courthouse, here in Grant County, 35 C Street Northwest, Afraid of Washington 98822, and Grant County Justice Department. That's Dano Garth, prosecutor, and the former prosecutors and commissioner judges replacement of Dano Garth. Continue on the courthouse processing COVID-19. And also the policy regulation birth certificate retained by Grant County Courthouse and Benton County Courthouse. McKenna, Richland, Pasco, and also Grant County, Moses Lake, Warden. All these locations, Grant County, all the way to Benton County.
Tax service ID 425, PIN tax 326, less tax.
And this is Canole, McKenna Law Firm, Flynn Limmerman, and Palmer. Flynn Limmerman and Palmer is in Kennewick, Washington. This is McKenna Law Firm in Mosaic, Washington. So that birth certificate, policy regulation, sealed documents, FedEx confirmation signature, FedEx UPS, prepaid postage, email, and FedEx confirmation signature verification. Washington Bar Association 13294. SOS WAGOV, Kim Wayman, Steve Hobbs, 801 Capitol Way, SOS WAGOV Corpus. Zip code 40234. That's P.O. Box 40234, Olympia, Washington 98504. SOS WAGOV Corpus.
1971, 1972, 1973, 1974, 1975, 1976, and this window is extensively over service of the COVID-19 policy regulations. Red line, Mr. Donald Trump himself, driven to the 82658.000 nautical miles to Kennewick, Washington, Mr. Andy Miller. 712 Appeals Office. Mr. Clarence, Mr. President Biden, carries his statute of service of Hemlock at 455 East Hollick, Ms. Sackman, Steve East, and Jacqueline Sackman. Current tax is 202115290306080/425 of $5,000. Now exceeding $5 million. The Washington State George Washington Sacred Fire book that was stolen. 2014, and a window was broken here at the service at Mr. McKenna Law Firm. Matching identities, first name, last name, social security number, where's LID, UBI number, FBI number. George Washington Sacred Fire. Amount 275, balance 175. Othello branch. And declared lost. Mid-Columbia Libraries, Kennewick, Washington. Mid-Columbia Libraries. And Kennewick, Washington, the Kennewick man. Deceased body at Columbia Park. Mr. Felix Barela, Mr. McKinnon, Mr. Philip Palmer, Mr. James Owen Manis, and Mr. Mike. Walker's Furniture. The official HP that's been broken. Official staple and official documentation, United States of America. 815 North Stratford Road, Suite B, Moses Lake, Washington, 509-765-4600. This is HP Stream 14-inch HP Stream Black Plan 277654. Salesperson 161366. Total amount of $269.98. Tax $21.87. $291.85. Walker's Furniture, the sales services, verification, loaded delivery, and access listed chairs and sofas. We paid for clean sofas, pulley adjusters, and also the itemized discs. Connect, the Kaiser Tape sofa, speaker mocha, and also side molar clearance center sold as, and also transported at CIMARON5INC, 1400 East Main Street. First name Felix, last name Barela. Delivery, customer IDs 1700789. 17007-984. 2017. All items paid for at Staples official document sells fax in Andy Miller's office, Mr. McKinnon's office. Data and retrieve information data. Shipping method USPS, FedEx, USPS. Order of checks ordered by Mr. McKinnon, McKinnon Law Office, PSC, 708 East Olive, Moses Lake, Washington, 983.
So we have McKinnon on YouTube.
Sorry, I had to go to Kennewick and he's retiring. So I had to take off and go pick up the window.
Who's retiring?
Andy Miller retired. He's a prosecutor and anyways, I'm just downloading my information. I ordered the phone and ordered the laptops and then replaced all the information that was corrupted. And I had to go on. He's retired, but he's still working. But I paid for the window. You're gonna have to be patient with me. I have to go over there and get it.
What window?
Your window.
We ordered another one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know.
Yeah. So my computer was not acting up because it was corrupted, and when they got in the files, and they went to court.
My secretary got.
How much did it cost?
Well, it costs a lot, but insurance is paying for it.
Okay. Good.
So,
Because I didn't know exactly.
Everything.
I couldn't do nothing because I had to walk all the way back.
Oh, that's okay.
So I just know.
It's getting taken care of.
Okay, just making sure.
One thing.
Because I couldn't do anything in the winter time because I was stuck in the prosecutor's office.